In this episode of PromoHomo.TV, we are celebrating Black history, Black gay history. You may be listening to this on a podcast platform, so hop over to PromoHomo.TV. Brothers of the Desert is a philanthropic organization helping to build community for Black gay men and their allies. In celebration of recent Black history, I'm honored to present this encore broadcast of the Brothers of the Desert Spring Affair, which took place April 16th, 2022. To the white people out there, I ask, are you truly an ally to Black people? If so, do you have the evidence to prove it? Can you bring the receipts? Black Joy is coming right up at PromoHomo.TV. I'm Nicholas Snow. Hey everybody, Nicholas Snow here. You're watching PromoHomo.TV. I'm here with Tim Vincent, who is the president of the board of directors of Brothers of the Desert, which is an amazing organization here in the Coachella Valley that's all about empowering Black gay men. And this is your spring affair.
Yes. So welcome everybody to this. This is so incredible that we're being able to do this here at Margaritaville Resort. We're so happy to be here.
PromoHomo.TV is all about empowering you, our communities, and our world. For their support of PromoHomo.TV, I wish to thank my sponsors: Willie's Modern Fare, 1501 Uptown Gastropub, and 849 Restaurant and Lounge. 3 restaurants, unlimited flavors. Shouting out to my media partners: Pink Media, amplifying PromoHomo.TV across the Twitterverse with their #ILoveGay campaign. GayDesertGuide.lgbt. And KGay 1065 Palm Springs, available worldwide. Ask your smart speaker to play KGAY. It's as simple as this. We will save our democracy in 2024, or we will watch the United States implode. I'm Nicholas Snow, and this crisis we face is why I have launched The Snowstorm, a nightly Hot Topics panel discussion show in which I will curate your social media comments into the show, and we will connect the conversation to action we can take to save America.
Watch The Snowstorm nightly at 6 p.m. Pacific at PromoHomo.TV.
So for people that have never heard of Brothers of the Desert, tell them about it.
Well, we've been in existence for maybe about 4 or 5 years, but as a nonprofit for the last couple of years, and we're a group of Black gay men connected to the Coachella Valley that are here to do really some good work around education, mentorship, social engagement, and just really building a really more inclusive and effective community.
Well, and you're doing a good job, and I know one of the particular issues you take on is isolation and loneliness. And what sort of helped you know that was a need that needed to be addressed?
You know, I think that we realized as people were moving here that a lot of us weren't being represented in some of the social events and different things that were happening, and we really wanted to make sure that we included everybody in those events. And it felt like when we started having conversations with people that I knew or people that we knew, that people were feeling like there was a sense of disconnection with the larger LGBTQ community from men of color in general, but also for Black gay men. So we really wanted to try to change that dynamic by creating just opportunities for people to kind of connect.
Well, and then of course it was all complicated by the pandemic. As well. You know, one of the things that I've learned is that even though the term people of color is commonly used, it's not the same thing as saying Navajo or Hopi or Black gay men. And no one deserves to be grouped under one giant monolithical label.
Right. I completely agree with you. I think it's important to say Black or say of African descent or whatever way that people describe themselves or identify, because to kind of lump people under some larger umbrella sometimes takes away their individuality, their history, their dignity in many ways. So yes, I totally agree with you. And that's why it was so important, I think, for us to be specific and say that we are a Black gay men's organization that is really focused on our concerns and our needs, but also includes allies and people who are involved in supporting us and really making our lives as healthy as possible.
Well, and you can see by looking around that it is a really diverse crowd, not only black gay men, but lots of other people too.
Yeah, I think it's also really important. I just want to say that it's so important to have other genders here. I think that there's a way in which our community, has been very kind of isolating with regard to including women, including trans people. So I'm really hoping, and I'm seeing who's here, which I'm really grateful for, that we do have a diverse group of people here beyond race and ethnicity, but with gender and age. And so it's so satisfying to me to see that these are the people who are supporting our work.
Well, that's wonderful. And I know you're a host here, so I don't want to keep you longer. If you could ask Barbara Carpenter to come talk to me, she's right over there. If you could invite her, she's right over there. Thank you, Tim. So here we are, and the adventure continues here. PromoHomo.TV is live, and Joshua Smith has just tuned in. Hello, Joshua. Barbara. Hey, Barbara, it's so nice to see you. Here is our camera.
Nice to be seen. Hello, everyone.
So I've known Barbara Carpenter. Let's take a step closer. I've known you for many years, and you and I became first acquainted, I think, because I wrote a column about the L Fund. The L Fund, l-fund.org, is a wonderful locally based philanthropic organization that gives one-time grants to lesbians in crisis. They have a new endowment to support the arts, and they have a scholarship fund.
Now you know that he knows the L Fund because you got all the programs down, and you honestly were there with us from the start. So you know the evolution of the L Fund. You know the beginning story up to where it is now. Yeah.
Well, and you and other people were very instrumental in starting the L Fund. You were at the leadership at the board level and the executive director level for quite some time. You certainly paid those dues. When they were talking about the honorees here tonight, I love it. I love how they described you as revered pioneers in the fight for justice and equality. Did you know that?
I had no idea. I'm humbled by that. And I accept that. And I believe that that's what we've done, and that's what we continue to do, and that's what we have to continue to do. So I had no idea that that's how they described me, and I'm accepting that.
Well, it's true, and I get goosebumps when I get to say it out loud, and when I get to literally shine a spotlight on you. And so, Laverne Cox, who has been doing fabulous red carpet coverage for E! I love her question. So, what story are you trying to tell with your outfit today? And actually, come back over here. So, because let's
show everyone.
All right, we're gonna. There we go.
So I'm wearing Anika Brown, which is an African American designer in the desert. And she has absolutely stunning designs. So the story I'm trying to tell is that I am an African-American woman wearing African-American designer clothing. I'm wearing purple that represents lesbians, and you know how I feel about that. And so, I'm telling the story of Black excellence.
I love that. You know what? I didn't know purple represented lesbian.
Well, honey, it does. It does.
Well, it's about time I learned that.
Yes, I can't even believe you haven't heard that.
The PromoHomo is going to get demoted.
As many interviews as we've done, I don't think the question of, what am I representing tonight?
Yeah, what story are you telling with your outfit?
What story I'm telling with my outfit ever came up.
Well, thank you, Laverne Cox. Thank you, Laverne Cox. And Aaron Terry's watching. He's a wonderful black man who, I'm sorry I'm not remembering your city, Aaron, but he's become a patron of PromoHomo.TV. He helps support it. He's a veteran, a proud gay black veteran.
Oh, that's absolutely. The Brothers of the Desert modeled their organization after the L Fund. And when they first started, Tim Vincent called me and said, I heard you founded this organization, blah, 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 and we want to talk to you about what you've done and how you've done it, and to see how far they've come, to see how brilliant they are. I'm humbled and honored that they would take time to honor me.
Well, and it's so deserved, and I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
I always talk to you because I love you.
Well, I love you too. Can I give you a simple assignment?
Yes.
Would you randomly find some people for me to talk to and send them to me?
Yes.
Anybody? Well, just pick anyone you think would be great.
Okay.
You just, and then I'll tell them more about what's happening here.
Right.
Just find anyone and send them to me.
Will do. I love you.
I love you too. Barbara Carpenter, so gotta love her, and Aaron Terry is in Washington, D.C. So if you're just tuning in, I'm live and on location for this is a special edition of Hot in Palm Springs on PromoHomo.TV. And I'm at the Margaritaville Resort here, formerly the Riviera, for anyone who knows the property. And this is the spring affair for Brothers of the Desert, and it's finally an opportunity. Hello, George Littlechild. Thank you for tuning in. It's an opportunity for the members and supporters of the organization to get together for the spring affair. And as I mentioned in my interview with Barbara, she's among the revered pioneers in the fight for justice and equality, including other living legends, Ron Oden, Gail Christian, and Lucy DeBardelaben. And now I have other stars coming up. This is our camera, so we can line up. Hi. So what's your name?
Dion. And I'm Ron.
And you're with Dion and Ron.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew that. I've done a little bit of research.
Okay.
But so let me do the Laverne Cox red carpet question first.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So what story are you telling with your outfits tonight?
Oh, darling, this is a one quick moment. Honestly, you would not know what happened to our outfit. Okay. We had a whole situation where our outfits are like left in LA, but we still come prepared, honey.
Yes, okay.
Listen.
You know, when we get dressed, we like to express ourselves. We like to say, you know, what we wear is how we feeling. It's creativity.
Well, you look fabulous, and I never would have guessed that this was your standby. I never would have guessed that. So now, one of the things that I learned about you in a previous interview is that you're in a relationship, but I don't know how far along this relationship is. So, are you married? Have you recently dating? Give us the tea. You're engaged.
We're engaged. We've been together for 8 years, which is like 20 years for LGBTQ.
Okay. Yes. So yeah, we work together, we sing together, we do everything together. We like real life partners.
Well, that's beautiful, and I haven't heard your music yet, so I'm looking forward to the concert tonight.
You're in for a treat. You're in for a treat, darling.
Yeah, I know that the leadership of Brothers of the Desert heard you at another event, and they said, oh, we have to have Dion and Rome at our event.
Oh, well, we had an amazing event on Christmas, and we had an opportunity to perform, and we fell in love with Brothers of the Desert, and they fell in love with us, and we're here to make it happen.
Yes. We are so excited to be here, and we're happy that we're able to share our gift with everybody.
So what style of music do you do?
That's a good question. Our music is actually a melting pot. We have all different genres, from pop, R&B, to indie, to rock, to country. I mean, we can really much do it all.
Yeah, and my roots is more of the gospel, and his roots is more pop and R&B, so we just put those two sounds together.
Yes, we mix it together.
Now, what respective cities did you grow up in?
I grew up in Chicago,
South Carolina, Columbia.
And you ended up in LA?
Yes, I moved to LA like 10 years ago, and he moved to LA almost 7 years ago, and we connected on Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, who DM'd who?
Oh my God. See, this is what happened. I DM'd him first. I don't normally do that. I'm very shy, but something about him told me to DM him, and I had to do it.
And when he slid in there, I was like, oh my God, like, this man is beautiful. I need to know him. I need to get to know him.
Yeah.
And I told him the first time I met him, I said, you're mine.
Okay.
So the moral of this story is ditch Grindr and go to IG. Yeah, Instagram. Well, it's wonderful to meet you guys. Where do people find your music?
Everything is Dion Music. Yeah. Sorry, everything is Dion in Rome. Dion in Rome.
But tell them how to spell Dion, because it's a unique spelling.
It's so unique, but it's right here on my chest, darling.
D-E-I-O-N.
Yes, the best of both worlds.
D-E-I-O-N. Dion and Rome. Google them. Find them.
Just Google it. Google it. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have fun tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good one. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Like a diamond, you alone. You cut my heart like glass, just like that. Like a lion, uncontrolled. Your mark is on my back, just like that. In it for the big thrill. Yeah, you play games with my mind, always, all of the time. In it for the big win. Yeah, you own all of my mind, always, all of the time, all the time. Collide with me, come high with me, and I go for you. Divine and free, go ride with me. Yeah, we'll go. At the firing, lose control. We like to burn out fast. We're hot like that. Like a diamond, you alone. You cut my heart like that, just like that. In it for the big thrill. Yeah, you play games with my mind, always, all of the time. In it for the big win. Yeah, you own all of my mind, always, all of the time, all the time.
Hey, I understand. Step right up. Hi, Will. How are you?
I'm well, Nicholas. How are you?
I'm great. You know, I'm blanking on your last name.
Dean.
You know, I've known Will Dean forever, and I know that that's odd, but when I'm in this journalism situation and the cameras are rolling and I'm producing and hosting and all at the same time, sometimes I forget details like
I
that.
get it. I used to be in the field, yeah.
Right. So, Will, you've lived in the Coachella Valley for quite some time, and I was wondering if you would speak to how you feel the city has evolved, or if it has evolved, around the spaces available for Black gay men.
Absolutely. You know, I moved here 14 years ago from the Midwest. At that time, I felt that I knew every person of color in Palm Springs. But since the Brothers of the Desert has come into town and established the nonprofit, I'm seeing a lot more people of color actually move to the city and actually live in the city, and it's really refreshing. It can be really challenging at times to be the only person of color in the room, and so
Which has happened for you many, I've been in those rooms.
yeah, throughout my education, throughout my career, and my social life, the only person in the room. and then to have people who get your experience and get your background, it really is, it's reassuring, it's refreshing, and it's something I feel that is really going to benefit the community of Palm Springs.
What is it meant for you on a real personal level, Brothers of the Desert specifically?
Oh my God, so this is how I found out about Brothers of the Desert. I went to a film festival event. It was the Gay Film Festival, Cinema Diverse, and afterward, the filmmaker, it was about gay winemakers. The filmmaker invited the audience upstairs for a wine tasting. And I go upstairs, and Tim Vincent and Michael Taylor were there, and they approached me. They had seen me in the magazine. And from them, they told me about the organization. They invited me to a meeting that same day. There were 9 black gay men there. I knew only one, and I thought, oh my God, something is happening. So it was very comforting, and I just love it. I love that they're here.
Well, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Anything else you want to add?
Just have a great time tonight.
Well, thank you, I will. Would you mind grabbing Anika and sending her back to me?
Of course.
Thank you. I'm having my guests wrangle interviews for me because I want to make sure that I talk to people. Anika, darling, so your name is already, Anika Brown Designs, so your name has already come up in my broadcast because Barbara Carpenter is wearing you tonight.
Oh, is she? Awesome. My husband's wearing me, I'm wearing me, my mom's wearing me, and DJ West will be wearing me when he DJs. So.
Well, that's wonderful, that's wonderful. So you don't have the black gay male perspective of the Coachella Valley, but you certainly have the black female perspective. So what is changing? What's staying the same? What still needs to change?
Well, I think that the representation is changing. There are a lot of us that are in the professional field that are getting out there. We're getting the support we need, and we're getting the exposure we need. As far as what needs to change, I can't think of anything. Right now I'm just in a good place, very happy. So, I mean, we could always say there could be a lot of change, but since we're seeing it, I'm happy. That the representation in the desert is starting to change. Our demographic is starting to be recognized and noticed.
Will Dean was describing how he was often the only black person in the room. And I was wondering, have you had that experience very often in your own journey?
Of course I have. All my life, yeah. Even growing up here and as recently as 5 years, that was the case. But like I said, now more of us in the professional field, or we're being seen, we're getting out. You know, we're forming a camaraderie, so it's looking a lot better. The diversity is there. And it's one thing that the Coachella Valley, I know that they are focused on, because I was just recently chosen to be in a I don't want to say a documentary, but it's a short film for tourism for the Coachella Valley, and I'm representing fashion.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, the new Palm Springs, the direction that they're going for, more inclusive, more diverse, more colorful, more exciting.
You know, historically, when you shared news with me, like you just said, it would have been my instinct to say, well, you go, girl. But then I have learned that in some cases, when I say you go, girl, it could be considered a microaggression, depending on how it's used.
Well, I think it's because the history of non-melanated people taking our colloquialisms. So the basis
of that is in the black community, the basis of that phrase.
The fact that everything that we do, everything that we wear, everything that we say, everything that we touch is always duplicated and imitated. But as far as for you, if you said that to me, I know your heart, so it wouldn't offend me.
Well, I like to notice what I might have said in the past and then use this as a teachable moment, because I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm always striving to be a better ally.
We all are growing. We're all trying to be the best versions of ourselves. So what I would say with that is that, like, how Bye Felicia was big, okay, or like it's now Karen, stuff like that. To me, it all depends on who mouths it's coming out of and what situations it's being used in. Like I said, like you, if you told me you go girl, I would high five you and hug you because I know you. So I know that there is no microaggression in your fiber in any part of you. So that's what I think needs to be taught, is you need to know your audience, know what you're saying, and then move with caution, proceed with caution. Like I wouldn't say for you to just go up to any woman, black woman you didn't know and say, go girl, because that could be considered microaggressive, and it is one of our colloquialisms that has been taken.
Yes, I had this exact conversation with a doctor, an HIV/AIDS physician. We were all at a very casual photo shoot, and then later on I interviewed her and I spoke with her about this exact topic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Now, I don't want to let you go without asking you to tell people how they can learn more about your wonderful designs.
Okay, well, I currently am carried at Hotel Paseo on Larkspur, and I'm hoping that I'll be in a couple of high-end retailers really soon, because El Paseo Fashion Week was very good for me, getting my name out there, getting my designs out there, so people are starting to know my brand and know my things.
Well, and a lot of my viewers live all over the world, so do you have a website?
Yes, I do. It's www.anika, A-N-E-K-A, browndesigns.com. So AnikaBrownDesigns.com.
Well, thank you, Anika, for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Can I ask you to do me a favor?
Yes.
I think that's what. Oh, there he is. I can get him myself. I can get him myself. Thank you so much. Hi, Wes. Step right up.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good.
So, is there an S on Rankin, or is it Rankin or Rankins? Wes Rankins. So you do so many things, but tonight you're a DJ.
Tonight I'm DJing. Yeah.
So this will be my first time experiencing Wes as a DJ. When and how did you get into DJing?
I've been DJing about 30 years for family and friends at private parties and things like that. But I was living in Europe, and then house music, it was acid house, and I came back to the States, couldn't find it, and then I found out there was 12-inch white labels, and I got my first mixer and my two 1200s, and I just used to practice and just make mixtapes back then for my friends, and then I just always did it as a hobby.
Well, I'm looking forward to being at this party tonight. So I know you are in the leadership of Brothers of the Desert. Did you help create Brothers of the Desert? Tell me your history with the organization.
No. Brothers of the Desert was probably a year old, and then I went to another event and I met with the Brothers of the Desert, and I'm like, how did I not know about you? I'm Mr. Black Palm Springs, okay? And I've been with them ever since probably 6 years, I think. Yeah, 5 years. Every year except for the first year. Yeah.
And you've been involved with the Human Rights Commission here in Palm Springs. Talk about your history with that.
Yeah, I was the Human Rights Commissioner and the chair of the Human Rights Commission for 3 years, and I actually termed out and then actually bought back to do another year. And during that time, we actually helped with the Warm Sands investigation, got into policy procedures for police. We actually made sure that no kid in Palm Springs have to pay for lunch. Several initiatives, especially with LGBTQ plus community, that we went forward and tried to make this city, a better Palm Springs.
Now, one of the things I've been asking some of the wonderful people I'm interviewing tonight is, has Palm Springs changed around safe spaces for the Black community? Are there things that you can appreciate about where we are today, and what still needs to change?
Sure. Well, I believe Palm Springs is safe for the LGBTQ plus community and those of color of that sector of the community. But I don't feel Palm Springs, I think it is safe for people of color, but I don't think people of color feel welcome.
And what can we do about that? What can I, as an ally or viewers, I know I'm supposed to figure it out for myself, and you're not supposed to teach me. That one of the things I've learned about being an ally is it's not other people's responsibility to tell me how to do it. I need to do the footwork. But as a journalist, I take the opportunity to ask people like you, what can we do to make make others feel more welcome?
Well, you just keep doing what you're doing, and then bring some more friends along with you that don't look like me. When people of color, ask for change, we all of a sudden become mislabeled as angry. But then when we have our allies such as you with us, then we're heard, and change is made.
Well, thank you, Wes. Anything you want to add?
No, you know what? This is my first public appearance DJing, and
but not on camera.
Yeah, not on camera.
Say what?
Stick around. The second half of the set is a true homage to the old clubs like the Warehouse, Tracks, and the End Up. And I will be debuting my hit single that was #1 on Beatport. It's by Sweet Pussy Pauline. Work that P. And that's what it's called. So stay tuned. Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Wes. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you.
And I'm going to let you go. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right.
Thank you. I'm trying to figure out who do I talk to next. Yeah. Have fun tonight.
Raffle tickets? Would you
Patty.
like to buy a raffle ticket?
This is Patty Cakes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
So you look fabulous.
I try.
So Laverne Cox asked people on the red carpet for E. She says, what story are you trying to tell with your outfit tonight?
Okay, let me see. I think I'm doing like a forest fairy with the horns. Drag queen. Golden drag queen.
Okay, so tell me why, tell me how long you've been involved with Brothers of the Desert and how come it's important for you.
Oh my goodness, from the very beginning, before we were incorporated as a nonprofit, when we were just conceptualizing it, and it came out of a need as a black man in Palm Springs to find each other. And I'm always amazed when we have our meetings, all these beautiful men of color and their white and Asian allies too. So we're open to everybody. But this is our home. It feels like a fraternity, sorority tonight.
And you're the official raffle mistress?
Yes, I'm the raffle mistress. I'll take it.
Well, I don't know. What do you prefer to be called?
Raffle hooker.
This is the raffle hooker. Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you ask Michael to come over here? Thank you. I'm just continuing to wrangle one interview after another. Step right up.
Hello there. Cheers.
So this is my friend Michael, who I met via Instagram when he came down from the Bay Area. Hi, Michael.
Hello there. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Fantastic. I'm having a wonderful time. We're drinking some bubbly, having a fun time at this wonderful spring affair sponsored by Brothers of the Desert.
So Laverne Cox asks everyone on the red carpet, what story are you trying to tell with your outfit today? First of all, go over there and spin around so they can see you. Yes. Oh, that was perfect. All right, step right in.
Yeah. So, yes, yeah, I know, right? I represented the Palm Springs Gay Men's Chorus as well. So, what story am I telling? So, I'm telling a story of body positivity. I want people to know that, one, you can wear whatever you want to wear. So, as you can see, I'm not wearing any pants today. And that is because
he's wearing a kilt.
I am breaking the gender binary because we all get to be whoever we want to be. So my story today is about being as fabulous as you want to be. Body positivity 101.
I couldn't do that occur thing if I tried. I would never be able to do that. So I'm going to let you and Cardi B do that.
Yes.
Didn't Cardi B make it famous?
She made it famous, but she was not the originator. So we don't know. There's a fable about who initially started it, but she's the one who made it famous amongst all of the peoples.
Okay. Now, why is Brothers of the Desert important to you personally?
So for me, it's very simple. I'm black and I'm gay. And so to be able to have a community of black, gay, and queer men and folks who identify as that, to have them collectively come together, specifically here in the Coachella Valley, this area of the United States, is such a wonderful thing because I moved here in August of 2020 from Columbus, Ohio. And so for me, I was here all by myself. I didn't know anybody. And so there are so many folks just like me, all by themselves, moved here, didn't have any family, didn't have any friends. And so if you build it, they will come. So it's nice to be able to have the leaders of the Brothers of the Desert and the board create a community that brought us together for this wonderful event here today. So that's why.
Well, that is beautiful. Is there anything you want to add that we haven't talked about?
The only thing I want to add is that, so I am a sports massage therapist. That's what I do for a living. And body positivity not only is incorporated in my wonderful, delicious outfit today, but it's also in reference to my actual business. So I primarily work with folks that are of larger size, 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 400 pounds. And I also certified in Thai massage. So if you're interested in getting a legit, real massage by a licensed massage therapist, you can also go to michaelqmassage.com. And for someone who is body positive friendly, LGBTQ plus friendly. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you ask Eric to come over to me?
Yes,
absolutely. Thank you. I'm producing this show while it's happening, and I'm wrangling other guests. I just want you to find Ron Oden. He's right over there.
Okay.
I wanted him to go get Ron Oden. Ron Oden was the first black gay mayor of Palm Springs. And he is an incredible human being, and he's going to come to me in a moment. So he's going to come in a moment. All right, fantastic. So now that I've wrangled Ron Oden and that he's going to be here, you're going to be really glad to see what he has to say. I just wanted to tell you more specifically that Brothers of the Desert is a nonprofit organization that provides a growing network of support for black gay men and allies in the Coachella Valley. Their mission is to nurture and support black gay men and allies through philanthropy, volunteerism, mentorship, education, advocacy, and social networking. Their purpose is to change the dynamics that produce isolation, disconnection, and inequities among black gay men. And you can find out more at brothersofthedesert.org. Hopefully I will be able to interview Ron, but in the meantime, for their support of my show, for their longtime support of my show, I want to thank DAP Health. One of their value statements is we welcome all people, period. I've been a client for 10 years. I want to thank 849 Restaurant and Lounge for their consistent support. I'm a proud media partner of KK 106.5 Palm Springs. Yes, and step right up. Mr. Nino.
Hi, Nicholas Snow. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I've been told that, so I'm just going to keep going with it.
Well, you do that. So how do you pronounce your last name?
Islands.
That was going to be my guess. So I know for a fact that you have a connection to the desert that is decades long.
Yes.
And you probably are in a fantastic situation, a position to answer the question that I've been asking.
Okay.
How has Coachella Valley changed for black gay men over the decades?
Well, basically, there's more of us, so to speak. It seems like that. I'm sure it hasn't. I'm sure there's always been. We've always been around, but it seems like it's more and more and more of us. And with this event and this organization, it really, we get to show who we are and how and everything like that. That's what it is more so than anything.
So for decades, Nino was with a group of publications, the most famous of which was The Bottom Line. I was a contributing writer.
You were. Notes from Hollywood.
Notes from Hollywood. Now it's a TV show on PromoHomo.TV. Yeah. And you now have the Standard magazine.
Yes, I do, for 10 years now.
And the website is?
www.thestandardps.com.
Well, thank you for talking to me, Nino. Have fun.
As always.
Mr. Oden. Mr. Oden. So here...
My sinuses are so bad. I don't know if I can...
Okay, well, we'll just... I won't keep you long. Okay. Here's our camera, and we're live.
All right.
So you've done so many things. You know, the organization Brothers of the Desert are referring to you as a pioneer in the fight for justice and equality.
I'm humble.
And you were the first openly gay black mayor of Palm Springs, and I was on this property the night that you were elected.
Was that an amazing night or what?
Yes.
You know, I still have people who will contact me and say, you know what, I was thinking about that night because it was electric. I mean, every race, every generation, sexual orientation, and everyone was just screaming and yelling with, you know, jubilation about the election and the results. I'll never forget it.
Well, I was there, and in my archives, I have this historic photo of you, Ginny Fode, and Steve Pounier holding hands with them in the air, celebrating your victory. And I was, I voted for you. I was involved in supporting your campaign, and you know, we still need a lot of change in the world, but we have come quite a ways, in my opinion.
Yes. There's so many things that are different. I was just talking with a friend, and I spoke at UCLA 20 years ago, and she was saying how revolutionary that was for the campus and for that department. Nothing like that had ever been done. And now so many of those activities are just everyday stuff, you know, but not then. So yeah, a lot has happened.
Now, among all of your contributions and affiliations and connections, other than your children and grandchildren, what are you most proud of?
That's really hard to say.
What do you think you'll most be remembered for a long time from now? A long time from now.
Probably for my love of people. I love people. I love being around people. I love watching people. I love interacting. So yeah, probably that.
Well, I would testify and give an amen to that. Well, I'm honored to know you, Ron, and in deference to your allergies, I don't want to keep you talking, but I'm so great. You were the one interview I really wanted to make sure happened tonight.
Thank you so much.
Love you. It's like moments like this that I just really want to cry, because I've known Ron for a long time, and I'm always learning as an ally, and I always ask questions and figure out how I can be a better ally. But I'm so grateful that I'm not new to engaging in these topics, and that my life has intersected with people like Ron Oden and the other people that I'm speaking with here tonight. I want to say hello to Fritz, who I see just tuned in. For all of you who tuned in when I didn't see your name on the screen, it's because I was busy being a journalist. So I was thanking the people that helped support my show. I wanted to, thank my media partners, Palm Springs, KGay 1065 Palm Springs, the hashtag I Love Gay Palm Springs podcast, and GayDesertGuide.lgbt. And for their support in helping me amplify my network across the Twitterverse, I want to give a shout out to Matt Scalarud and Fabrice Descendo of the hashtag I Love Gay campaign. They've really revolutionized Twitter and the use of Twitter for expanding messaging. Check them out. Just search hashtag I Love Gay. And I'm a proud media. You know what? I'm so glad you brought him over. Yvonne, of all people, you should not be camera shy.
I am not camera shy, but hello everyone. Now, is this going out live?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Oh, really? Hello everyone. My name is Yvonne Jourdain. I hope you guys could be here, but I think we're sold out, so you can't be here, unfortunately. But this is an event that we have. Hopefully it'll be annual. Our next event will probably be the New Year's Eve. You have to come out for that because it's going to be spectacular, like this one is. Right, Nicholas?
Yeah, it's brothersofthedesert.org to stay tuned. So you've had a successful acting career. You've been in, television series, done lots of theater, and there was a time when someone doing the kind of work you were doing wouldn't come to a gay-themed event, and here you are. And I was wondering, has that ever been an issue for you?
At one point when I started out as a young actor, yes, it was. Because I came out to my family at 17, and once I did that, I was like, I didn't care what anybody else thought. But career-wise, I was advised to be a little more cautious about it. But I've always been out to my friends, out to the people that meant something to me. I always like to say that I'm an actor that plays straight, because I've always been gay all my life. And so now, I don't care. At one point I did, but now I even talk about it when I'm in the cast, talking to my friends, as they would talk about their relationships. If I'm dating somebody, I just talk about it like everybody else is talking about their relationship. So it hasn't affected me.
Well, the world is evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Billy Porter's kind of kicked that door down all the way through.
Honey, he's living way outside the box.
I know, exactly. He's completely pushed the boundaries, and now people are a lot more accepting. Other actors too. But I have to say, for black actors, it's a little more challenging. White actors have a carte blanche to be able to do that, to be out and gay. The black community is still not fully accepting of seeing a black male, especially if you're a masculine, as know them to be gay. They just don't have that same kind of, we don't have that same kind of freedom. But time's changing, things are starting to change. I do me. What everybody else thinks, it doesn't matter to me. Career-wise, if it's my job, I get it. If it's not my job, it's somebody else's. Bless them, there's enough for everybody.
Well, what a beautiful, I love just the consciousness behind that statement. It's really beautiful. So tell me when and how you became involved with Brothers of the Desert.
Well, I started out with the beginning of it. We all sat dinner for New Year's Eve dinner, and there was about 15 of us, and it was at Michael and Tim, and it was a traveling dinner, and we just realized that there were a lot more of us here than we knew, because a lot of us were meeting each other for the first time. So as a result of that, we decided to form Brothers of the Desert, so we can bring in other brothers and let them know that there's a place for them to be here and there's a home. So.
And you've been on the board ever since?
No, I've not been on the board because I travel back and forth between LA and Palm Springs, so I have a lot going on that I can't really devote that much commitment, because other things are taking my energy elsewhere. But I'm committed to being out here and supporting in any way that I can. And I make all the meetings. I just haven't ran for the board.
I understand, but you've helped lead the organization. You've been around. You put in the blood, sweat, and tears. I have to say, I'm enjoying your LA life vicariously on Facebook.
Well, yeah, I'm fortunate that I have great groups of friends. I mean, I have friends. I'm from New York, so I have all my friends from New York. My best friend is visiting from New York, Alton Fitzgerald White, and I have friends here in Palm Springs, and I have friends in LA. So between all these friends that I have, even Arizona, because I went to grad school out there, so I have friends that support me and I support them, so it's just love all the way around.
Well, today Yvonne's was on a mountaintop and in a swimming pool, and now you're at a gala.
I'm at a gala, exactly.
And you realize that I'm your stalker because I knew all that.
I post things on Facebook because I have my family back east, and that's the way, and other friends too, to know how I'm doing, since most of my family's back east. It's my way of staying in touch. But yeah.
Well, I'm honored to know you, and thank you for all you do for the community.
Thank you so much. Give me a hug.
Oh, so my pleasure. Have fun tonight. Okay, it's been a fantastic broadcast, and Aaron Terry says thank you for this. I'm so grateful that you tuned in, Aaron. And it's time to be seated for dinner. So I'm going to wrap up the broadcast. I want to thank you for watching. And once again, go to brothersofthedesert.org for more information. And you can subscribe to PromoHomo.TV to help support my work for as little as $10 a month. Do that at patreon.com/PromoHomo.TV. That's patreon.com/PromoHomo.TV. See you next time.
In a safe place, I got room to breathe. Been a long chase, but at last I'm free. These open woods, I knew I could find Nothing like the city we're at. Got tired of the running, the catching up. I got hungry for the stunning high mountain tops. So I made some plans, some dreams to catch, to promised lands, to find my path, see the planet from greater heights. I have found a place out of time and space, far from city lights, up on greater heights. See the blue sky, feel the